the
Oh, you got water on dick, bro.
Yeah, dude, I'm like a camelback right now. Like, not even a joke. Tell them who your name is. Tell them who you are.
King Tizzle, bro.
Yeah, son.
Money Carter on Snapchat.
Yes,
There you go. There you go. Go follow him and go see what's up. Seriously, go see what's up.
Yeah, bro.
Fit
Trying
people,
to get it in.
fit life.
Hey, I feel you, man. It's the best place to do it. This is like my temple, my therapeutic session right here.
bro, that's your
Keeps
me
me
time,
sane.
bro.
Yeah, you gotta find you in here.
Yeah.
Dude, this is my therapy session right here. So let's not keep him though, like for real. You gotta stay in your game for real.
Get back in your zone. I see you up here.
So today we are doing. Wait, you still want to do back? Oh. Well, let's go upstairs then.
Yeah. I was just looking for my roller.
Oh, that does sound good right now. I'm not even gonna lie. There's no roller here. We gotta find a roller though. Cause that. Oh, it's gonna be. Let's
see. It's the only way I like it is rough. Did you get that camera?
Here is right now. This is going to be happening right now. But first, there's no roller. There is no roller. Oh, let's use a medicine ball. There you go. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I feel really scatterbrained. Oh, what I was saying though is that what you can do is actually use a medicine ball if you're trying to like pop your back, you know. You can definitely use that because a roller is very common to use, but what I've sometimes used is a medicine ball, and it'll get like right in there, like right in between the back on your spine, so it'll actually pop and feel real nice.
Only God knows now. Only Jesus knows now.
Arms, shoulders, and back. Gonna try it. Yeah. That's like the best combo.
But if I do arms early on.
No, what I'm saying is to warm up your arms.
So it's warm up. What workout?
Yes.
Which workout?
Right now? To warm everything up, but then we focus on like all of the movements are going to help your shoulders and our back. But another thing that incorporates is another muscle that is incorporated in it is your arms too. So we always want to warm up our arms whenever we're doing anything else, because that's whenever you actually get a full weight on there. Like that, you're able to the maximum amount of weight that you're able to do.
Miss doing legs so much.
Or do you want to fucking do legs?
No, fuck no.
Sir?
I did them yesterday. Hell no.
You sure?
I was just saying I missed doing them.
Are you sure?
I worked them out.
Are you
last night.
sure?
Positive. Fuck. I mean, actually.
Get on this arm, man.
Huh?
Don't get on this arm.
Bro, that's what we're about to do. I gotta stretch this
That's
shit
what I told him. Today we're gonna be doing some shoulders back, some shoulders back and arms. Because you know, I don't know if you know this, but whenever you're doing any type of back exercise or any shoulders or chest or anything, you're using your arms as well. Right. So you want to incorporate other things, other arm exercises that are actually going to help other things, because you're actually going to be able to get a lot more weight up if you incorporate these muscles that you're using. No, like not even stretch, but like stretch after your sets. But if you do your arms before you do like an upright row or shoulder press or anything like that, your biceps and your triceps are being used at the same exact time. Right. So doing both of those, you're going to be able to do more weight naturally.
Me, bro, I like to run. I gotta get my cardio.
Yeah, you're cutting though. Wait, are you cutting or building? You're cutting? Oh, well, yeah, you're going to be able to, all you have to do is cardio, what you're doing right now. Fuck yeah.
I'm about to hit the weights too.
Say no to the weights.
That's what I'm saying. I can't say no to those weights. What we're doing here is some back extensions. This is going to be activating our spine erectors and the thoracolumbar fascia, which is just above your glutes. We're only doing 20 reps right here for a warm-up, and then moving on to 25 pounds and doing about 10 reps of those. Alright, so one thing that I really do enjoy about back extensions in general is that it is the one of
very few exercises that you're able to use your own body weight with and still able to get a burn from it. For some reason, what I have noticed is that people think that they have to go ahead and do a huge amount of weight. This is very, very wrong. You don't have to do a huge amount of weight. In fact, it really does depend on what you're wanting to do for your own body. That's going to determine what type of training that you're actually going to be doing for yourself. I want you guys to really take notice of what Tremor is doing, aka Gangsta number 2. Whenever he comes up, you see that he is really pulling on just above his glutes. So just where his butt is, right where he's squeezing right when he comes to the top, that's that squeeze that you really want to focus on. So as I'm doing my back extensions, again, this is my warm-up. What I'm doing right here is really getting a very elongated, not squeeze, but stretch, sorry. Really getting a good stretch from my lower back, the thoracolumbar fascia, that is getting stretched. So the further down you come and you're bending from the waist up, you're being able to stretch out your back and then get a full range of motion when you come up, so you're really getting that squeeze as you saw in the last diagram. Also, for the people that do have back injuries of any kind, check with your doctors before you do this to make sure that your spine is all good. But for the muscular development of this, back extensions with your own body weight is a phenomenal exercise to do whenever you're going through your recovery process. Also, for these back extensions, what I personally really like to do, and this is not just for back extensions, this is with any exercise, is to go with the warm-ups in any movement that you're doing. Make sure that you're being able to feel it. Anyone can write up any type of numbers that they want to do on any program, and that's totally fine, but everybody's body is different, as we all know. So that means that every one body is going to have a different number of reps in order for their bodies to feel it. In that sense, it's more of a mind to muscle connection, in which once you get to this point, and a really good way to get to that point is, again, slowing your movements down so you can actually feel them. Because what's the point in us working out and training our bodies into something legendary if we are doing the fast-paced stuff and not really trying to get a concentration out of every movement that we do? So, as you all know, I love doing pause reps, and that's no exception for back. Also, there's no exception for having a very slow and controlled movement, which is exactly what I'm doing here. Starting from a 100% and coming down to 0. And really, I cannot emphasize this enough, really try to feel what muscular groups are being worked. So this is and was every single time that I do this exercise, I always get a very good workout, a very nice overemphasized workout on my back. This is going to be hitting your infraspinatus as well as your rhomboid major, your teres minor, and your teres major as well. And a little bit of your upper portion of your traps as well is going to be worked. And obviously your lats are going to just explode, going very wide. You'll notice that whenever I am doing my reps, I am really going slow with it. Again, all of my exercises that I do, I preach and lead by example upon this topic, is to really feel your gains. Because again, what's the point in working out and doing all this work for ourselves if we're not going to give ourselves the maximum amount of gains? Reverse grip tricep extensions. I love doing this movement in general, just because I'm able to get such an amazing squeeze in my lateral head on my tricep. A lot of people look down upon this exercise only because you're not able to push as much weight per se, rather than a normal grip tricep extension. The differences are between those is obviously your hand is flipped. That's the only difference. but with that difference does come a huge strength gain to a regular tricep extension, as opposed to a reverse grip tricep extension, which is what I'm doing here. But as any movement that we know that we do repetitively, your grip and strength is going to increase in anything that you do repetitively. So just remember that every single time that you do any movement that is an awkward movement, try to make that movement better. You never know what can happen. And this is a prime example of what I mean by the differences of a normal tricep extension as opposed to a reversed grip tricep extension. Obviously, I'm able to do more weight. I had to increase the weight on this because I am able to do a lot of weight, and your body naturally is able to do a lot more weight being of the grip alone. So here's some single arm concentrated bicep curls on the Preacher machine. I really like using this machine in specifics because you can actually switch the grip around a little bit and use a different angle on your arms or on your hand placement. Really, when you do this exercise, really lean and make sure that your shoulder, like your entire pectorals, are getting aligned with the actual pad itself too.
So far, this one right here, this one has done this. How many back extensions have you done so far on this?
This is my third set.
So this is gonna be his third set on this. You've done 2 on that one. On the back fly.
My back's starting to feel it.
Is it?
Put it down effective, Sal. Gotta love the gains. Not everybody's for that gangster lifestyle though.
Gangsta life.
It's a knee slapper, right? It's a what?
That's a knee slapper. And then right here, triceps. And then right there.
About the grunt. It sounds like I'm having moaning sex sounds. Just no, stop. It's too much.
Moaning
It's like rated R. It's not for the public. You're gonna sign in to watch our video. No, mine are bad. I was gonna say.
Yes. I was always the master. I always won.
I bet.
I always won.
Fucking bet. First of all, nobody should test your balls. Actually, tell them to beat your balls. Sometimes you might not be the smartest if you've got balls and heart. Okay, so I could imagine. I was about to say, let's have one competition where you make the loudest moaning sound. I was like, wait a second now. Damien would win. Some all-out shit too. Like, oh! No, stop. Okay, headphones.
Huh?
I'm out.
Hey, you want to hear one real quick?
Huh?
You want to hear one real quick?
No!
Oh my god!
This is all in the video too.
Why aren't you just... Oh god, never mind. We have to do that. He's gonna ask me man questions.
So as y'all will notice, I am doing a much different movement than I did on the last 2 sets here. So obviously, instead of moving from the elbow down, we're moving from the shoulder down to our hand. And we're keeping our form straight, arm out, and coming down to our side. This is actually going to do the teres major, the teres minor, as well as the long head, medial head, and the lateral head of our triceps. A little bit of our latimus dorsi as well, but those main parts are what we are really trying to get in the little gist of here. Also, keep in mind with these movements, what I am personally doing and what I really like to do, and as I've mentioned in other videos, I really do enjoy just going to complete failure till I can't do another, and I know just by listening to my body that when my next rep is actually going to be my last one for that set.